We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah. Hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. Since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aight, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play games. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas ain't using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Hey, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got it. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The Second Amendment, like all other rights, is not absolute.
Shit is gonna go down.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Would that include a bullet from this gun?
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump. You ain't black.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Testicles. Ooh, welcome, everyone, to episode 23 hundo and 33 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Oh, it's Papa Swolio and the Swole fam. We're here for Ask Papa Swolio Live. It's a Sunday fun day, Q&A-ness. Yeah. Right, thank you. I'll be here all week, literally every day. Fam, welcome to 33. It's 2333. Welcome to the show. We are live for Ask Papa Swolio Live. And let me tell you, we have a ton of calls. We got a bunch of questions. We got a lot from Instagram. We're not going to be able to get through all of them. And I'm sure a lot of you live have your own questions. So you can start dropping them in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Reminder that tomorrow's episode is private for members only inside Swolenormous X. You could join over there at swolenormousx.com. Tomorrow, Monday, September 26th at 12 noon Eastern time, we have our weekly live call accountability meeting that we do every single week. So make sure you are joining the fam right now so you get access to tomorrow's live call. Otherwise, you will miss out on the live stream, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to miss out. Why miss out? Why do you want to do that to yourself? Don't do that to yourself. Join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. Okay, let's bust the nut open. Let's get into today's Swole card. In today's episode, it's going to be absolutely fire. Tessie, are you ready? Let's summon the Falcon. Here we go, beaches. Nailed it. Let's fucking go. What are you smashing today, beaches? Drop in the comments down below. All right. While the entire world deals with inflation, we here at the Daily Swole, we deal with swoleflation. So drop that hashtag in the comments down below. We'll give away today's Swole card at the end of the episode. Hashtag swoleflation for a chance to win today's Swole card. All right. That is what it is. Let's get a little tainty boy before we get into it. Aww. Little tainty man here. He's sleeping. He's hopefully not going to blast me with his stanky asshole today. I hope. That would be fantastic. That'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. No stinky butthole. Please don't fart. Please don't shit in my mouth today. All right. Questions in the comments. Let's go. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We'll jump right into a live question first, and then we'll get into some calls and some Instagram questions. Becca B writes, Papa Swolio, working on getting my heels to the floor in a yogi squat. Would you please clarify the order of the exercises in the hip, ankle, and knee masterclass? I don't know what I don't have the master classes in front of me. So you have to watch them, and you can do them at your convenience. So clarify the order. I don't have the list of the exercise in those master classes because I'm live on a podcast. So that's why you can go and watch them. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. If you should do the ankle ones first or the knee ones first, or do you mean within those master classes? You should always be starting. The best idea would be to start from the points of contact on the ground first. So you can start with activating your ankles and then move up the chain. So start with some toe lifts, start with some anterior tibialis work, whether with a tib bar or lifting your toes while leaning back against the wall. And then you can get into some of the knee exercises and the hip mobility. So that's a good way to think about it. When you're getting your heels to the floor, just make sure you're working on your ankle mobility. That's a huge part of it. And also with hip flexion or hip flexor activity. So make sure you're focusing on your hip flexor strength as well as your anterior tibialis. That will help you get more into that deep squat position. And also, if you're getting into a yogi squat, also make sure that you are stretching out your calves. You can get a slant board. You can elevate your toes up on a block or some books, and make sure you're also, a good idea would be to do a yogi squat and elevate your heels a little bit and then slowly remove the height. That way you can get into that deeper squat more comfortably. All right. I hope that helps. Let's see. Is it Javid or Haved? It's a cool name. I'm hitting the gym for more than a year. I purchased a subscription and started the 90-day dash program. Good for you. Welcome. Is this program correct? I'm going from 6 days training in a week to suddenly doing yoga. Goddamn right. So you said you were hitting the gym for more than a year. Well, the thing is, when people just go to the gym, which is great. I always say go to the fucking gym. But you don't have to be lifting 6 days a week. So when I say go to the fucking gym every day, I think you should be lifting or doing something every day. You should be training every day. So go to the fucking gym, that trademark that we use. It just means take action and do something physical, whether it's active recovery, whether it's yoga, whether it's Swole 7. It could be a strength training workout. It could be a super heavy day. It could be a higher repetition day. It doesn't really matter as long as you are investing physically into your body. So just because you are maybe not doing some heavy weights doesn't mean that you don't do something physical. Doesn't mean you don't do maybe sauna or cold plunge. That still counts as training. That's still physically demanding. You can also do yoga. You can do foam rolling. You can do some corrective exercise. These are all things that would still coincide with active recovery and part of your training protocol and your training vertical, the 7 pillars. So it's definitely correct, because if you started the 90-day dash, I don't know how long you've been doing it. You said you started it. So let me know where you are, but most people have not done the exercises or the stabilization. Most people have not done the training approach in the 90-day dash, which is going to set you up for the foundation for scorched earth or swole season. So even if you jumped into scorched earth, you're still going to be doing yoga. And this is going to be taxing for many people because it seems like it's less intense psychologically, because most people don't know what yoga is. And most people don't realize the benefits from activating those stabilizer muscles, which will help you tremendously for strength training. So make sure that you can level up the program, you can progress it, you can challenge yourself. So you might be fine from a strength standpoint and for overloading your body 6 days a week, but the challenge from doing these types of mobility and yoga and this type of stabilization training is going to be very challenging if you've never exposed yourself to it. So it's definitely a great program to start with. You just might be able to on-ramp it faster, and you won't have to spend multiple weeks perhaps inside primer week, or you can start with higher volume and more sets per exercise, because it gives you a range of how many sets per exercise. And depending, because some people do the 90-day dash multiple times, and you all can drop it in the live chat how many times you've done the 90-day dash. It's designed to be repeated. So you can do it multiple times, and that allows you to level up, build mastery with the movements, and also increase the intensity, and then use that in conjunction with other programs for deloading or for on-ramping if you switch programs or you come back after a hiatus or something like that. Oh, it's your first day. It's your first day. Well, congratulations. That's great, dude. Excellent. It's your first day. So the primer week, remember, the primer week is an on-ramp. The primer week is part of the program, but it's not, it's not throwing you into week one. The primer week is designed to give you that base, and you can stay in primer week as long as you need. So the general rule of thumb is, if you, on a scale of 1 to 10 of like perceived exertion, if you say, if you feel that the primer week, when you complete it, was like a 7, an 8, or a 9, or a 10, like, man, it was really, really hard, do it again, repeat it again. But if you hit like maybe a 3 or 4 or a 5, maybe a 6, if it's challenging, but it's not to limit, it's up to you if you want to repeat it again and make it more challenging or do more rounds of the workouts. But if it's not that challenging, you can move on to, or it's not as challenging as maybe an 8 or a 9, you can move on to week 1. So the primer week is just a gauge because it's an all levels program. Scorched Earth and Swole Season are advanced programs. So you shouldn't start those until you've done the 90-day dash at least one time. All right, let's get into, let's do a call and then we'll get into some more questions. This one is from, is this Big Z? Big Z, what we got? You're on the Daily Swole.
Hi, Papa Swolio. I hope that you are doing well. I have one question. I hear that you are doing the yoga. What kind of yoga are you doing? Do you go to the private classes or are you doing by yourself? Greetings near the Austria from the shrimp.
Yeah, fucking Austria in the house. Yow, yow, yow. All right,
Yow.
Big Z, thank you for the question. I do yoga. I also do my own mobility and corrective exercise. We have inside Swolenormous X, we have over, I think at this point, it's 260 or 270 yoga classes. So when you ask what type of yoga, and if any of you are watching or listening, there are many different types of yoga. Inside Swolenormous X, we pretty much, I never want to say we have every type of yoga because you could just give a different name to a yoga style and you put a tweak on it and call it something else. But we have vinyasa, we have ashtanga, we have yin, we have recovery flows, we have, I'm already forgetting stuff. We have prenatal, we have postnatal, we have beginner classes, we have starter classes, we have chair yoga, we have block classes, we have strap classes. We have so many different types of yoga, and the purpose of that is to provide you the tools to play around and to see what helps you the most. Because you might find that a vinyasa class really unlocks something that you've been missing. You might also find that yin unlocks something that you've been missing, or a recovery flow. So the name of the class isn't as important as what's done within the class and how that serves you as an individual. So when you start the 90-day dash, like if it is a Javed or Havid was saying, the Swolga that's a part of the program, that's pretty structured, that's pretty standard for the program. But of course, if you're a member and you have access to the entire yoga studio, you're more than welcome. Any type of Swolga class or any type of yoga class in any of the programs, you are able to swap out a class from the yoga studio for that. And you can choose. You have hundreds of classes to choose from. And if you didn't know, we add new classes every single week. So every single week, we add at least one yoga class to the studio. So it keeps on growing. It keeps on developing. So you have the ability to customize and actually program it yourself. And then you can navigate which classes and which style or which body part or which area. If you like to focus more on the hips or you like to focus more on upper body, when you have a yoga day, you have the ability to call an audible and choose a class. So a lot of the programs will say, hey, choose a level 2 class or choose a level 1 vinyasa. And then you click the link and it opens up the level 1 or the vinyasa section in the yoga studio. And then you choose the class of your choice. So it gives you the freedom and the optionality within a framework. So it guides you on how to customize your own programming, while giving you the tools and the ability to have some latitude on what you decide to choose. So it gives you some freedom to choose within a framework of, hey, you should be doing yoga, you should be doing some active recovery or some mobility on this day. So I do a lot of different types of mobility. I do it whenever I do a yoga class. I do it from Swolenormous X. I'll throw it on the TV, or I'll throw it on my phone, or I'll just listen to it and I'll do a yoga class from inside the yoga studio, or I'll do my own flow because, of course, we have the Swolga section too, which are mobility classes that are taught by yours truly, myself. So, yeah, yoga's the shit. Yoga's the shit. Oh, yeah, that's common, dude. That's common. Javed says, I saw yoga in the program and got very confused in how this will help me build more muscle. Thank you for answering. Really appreciate it. You're welcome. Yeah, a lot of people think that yoga is like, oh, yoga is going to be for being tiny or something. Yoga is not going to help me move forward. Well, actually, when you bring up those weak points, when you activate all these stabilizer muscles, you're actually going to strengthen the integrity of the joints. You're actually going to increase your strength. And anyone here that has added yoga to their strength training, you're going to know that your strength will increase. And you also mitigate your risk of injury. So it helps you be more consistent. Saran, Papa Swolio, can L-carnitine cause hair loss? Because 3 days ago, my hair started to fall off a little bit. I have no idea. I don't take L-carnitine. I never recommend it to anyone. So I would stop taking it immediately. What else are you doing? There's a lot of different things that can cause hair loss. I know a lot of people that got, just saying that got, what's the word? It's missing a V, accinated. They got accinated and their hair is like all brittle now. Mama Swolio says she deals with it a lot at the salon. Women that got the experimental sauce have like brittle and like their hair is like falling out and shit like that. Some crazy fucking autoimmune shit. But if you suspect something like taking L-carnitine is not going to be benefiting you, what's worth losing hair. So I never take that. I would definitely cut it out and see if you get better. That'd be very strange. I haven't heard anything like that. Not that it's not possible, because anyone and everyone can have an allergic or an autoimmune reaction to anything. I've never heard of anything tied to L-carnitine like that. Jessica, Papa Swolio, can you briefly explain the difference between the focus of Swole season versus scorched earth? Yeah, Swole season's for hypertrophy and scorched earth will build muscle, but it's also focused more on muscular endurance. So it depends on what you're looking to do. Some people like intensity that will focus a lot more. We do a lot of isometrics, eccentrics, and it's literally what it sounds like. Scorched earth, it will roast you. It'll roast you. So there's a little bit more of a focus on muscular endurance rather than Swole season. Swole season is more for bulking. So if you're trying to put on muscle, if muscle is the focus, and ladies, I mean, this is for you too. It's not like you do Swole season, you're going to be like, oh, 50 pounds of muscle, you're going to look like a fucking man. No, but if your focus is, I want to build muscle, I want to put on muscle, either one's going to be great. But I mean, Swole season is just the primary focus is more like, I want to bulk up. So that's Swole season for you. All right, let's take another call. Thank you to Big Z. Let's take one from Zach in the house. Zach.
Papa!
What's up,
I
Beach?
gotta know. What you listening to when you work out? Let me know.
What am I listening to? Sometimes, I've talked about this a bunch of times. I will listen to an audiobook. I'll listen to a podcast. Sometimes I'll just put on some metal. Sometimes I'll put on progressive trance if I just want to be like, hear like, dunce, 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 just some background music, because it depends. I try to stay away from my AirPods because I don't want to like radiate my fucking brain. So I'll put on, and it depends. Like if I'm going in and out of the house, I'm going in to get waste and out. I don't necessarily want to put on an audiobook or a podcast and have to like pause it and go back. It depends on the mood. Sometimes I just don't do anything, but I'm not always listening to music. Sometimes I will. And sometimes I'll just put it inside and then I'll kind of hear it or listen to it from outside. Yeah, it depends. But I do like, usually when I train, it'll be a song, whatever it is. There'll be one song for the day that will jack me up and I'll put it on repeat. But a lot of times I'll like to consume some information, but it depends on what I'm listening to. Sometimes I don't want to be distracted, but if I'm listening to something that's really I'm interested in, it is, I guess, technically it's a little bit of a distraction from the lifting. So I'm not going to listen to anything that's actually distracting me from making gains, but I'm at the point right now where I don't need to be like, oh my God, I'm in the fucking zone. I'm 100% focused. I need to be, I don't train like that. I train hard, but I don't need to be like in a meditative, like monk-like state in the gym. I'm not looking to compete on stage. So I don't take it that seriously in that sense where building muscle and squeezing out every last ounce of everything is of the utmost. I've done that for so many years. I've trained like that for so many years where it was like, I need to get everything out of every workout. Now I'm still doing that, but in a different manner. I have a different focus. I don't need to be at that level when I'm doing mobility training, for example. So I can listen sometimes. It depends on my mood. Bottom line, whatever I'm doing, I'm listening to something that's going to help me get through a great workout that day. So it depends on my mood. Tobias, what are your thoughts on garlic? I have heard a lot of good and bad. I don't consume garlic. I have in the past. I don't now. Oh, I clicked love progressive trance music. I don't now. So I think you would have to test and see how you feel with that. I don't miss it. I don't consume it. I don't really have any thoughts aside from that. I mean, there might be some defense chemicals, there might be some properties that can cause people distress with like many things. It's definitely not necessary or required. The fact that it just destroys your breath and makes you smell like a fucking dragon is probably enough for it to be a reason that it shouldn't be, it's not required to be consumed. It's like, do you want to absolutely reek out of every pore of your body? Yeah, probably not. Let's see here. Yeah, but when I'm listening to music, I don't like a lot of changes in the song. I want it to be just like droning in the background. And if I listen to one song, I like to put on repeat so I can just zone out. So if I'm listening to music, I don't want it to change every song, because then you have a song that comes on, oh, this song sucks. No, I want a song that amps me up, and I just hit repeat and I train. Bam, 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 bam. Tyler Papasoli, can using apple cider vinegar be great for teeth cleaning? No, I would not use that for teeth cleaning. That's going to destroy the enamel on your teeth, in my opinion and experience. I don't use apple cider vinegar. The only thing I use apple cider vinegar, you could use that for a lot of things like cleaning. You can use that as a facial toner. You can use that for cleaning countertops and stuff. You know, if you cut it, you have to do a ratio. There's a lot of websites that will tell you the ratios for these things. But I'll put a little bit in water when we're cleaning fruit. So like blueberries, I'll put blueberries in a bowl, and we put like some filtered water and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, let it sit for a little bit, mix it around, and then rinse them off. So it's a great way to kind of like clean fruit. But no, do not clean your teeth. If you're looking, what I use to brush my teeth is I have like my filter water or whatever, and I'll take the toothbrush, and I just kind of dap the bristles a little bit on baking soda, and then tongue, done. And I put a little bit of coconut oil in my mouth and floss and rinse it out and do a little oil pulling. So I rinse it out, swallow it, done. My teeth, my cat, like everything. Every time I go to the dentist, every 4 months, they just keep on saying my teeth are getting better and better. I used to get cavities. You know, people that are eating chips and cookies and bread and shit like that, that's what causes cavities. Not as much like the sugar that does, but it's usually like the sugar from, like, one of the foods that causes the most cavities in kids are things like crackers and goldfish, because they just compact into the teeth. They just pack right in there. You know, when you eat that kind of shit, it just like, you look at your teeth and it's all smooth because it's like clay. So yeah, that's what I do for my teeth. My teeth have never been healthier, never been less sensitive. Like, they feel great. All right, good questions. Let's do another one. Let's get another call. We got one here from Ryan. Ryan in the house. Ryan, you are on the Daily Swole, the greatest man cast in the realm.
What is the best move to silence a woman? Thanks.
God damn it, the best move.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
The best move to silence a woman is to give her that ol'
biggest dickus?
Hey, give her that biggest dickus. I'll shut him up real quick. Most of these fat acceptance and body positive jabbernets, they just need some salchicha. They just need some big cactus. That's all they need. They need some dick. And they're angry that they don't have dick, and they are projecting it into the world because of their dicklessness. And they're frustrated, they're angry because no one wants to stick it inside them. And they're like, you're mean. You're a fattest, right? You are a sizist. It's you. You just don't like me because of culture and everything is poisoning. No, you're just not attractive. And no one wants to be with you because you're, one, you're not attractive, and two, you're annoying. No one wants to be with an unattractive, annoying person. If you have a great personality and you're not, you're mid-level, that can make up for a lot. But if you're annoying and you're ugly, it's not going to work. That's not going to work. So take out the bull ring, color your hair a normal shade that doesn't look like a fucking one of those troll dolls from the 90s, and take care of your health, and you'll find someone who wants to be around you. How about that? If she's quiet, you're doing it wrong. Rihanna, that was super helpful. Your teeth routine. The mister has bad teeth for sensitivity. That's just what I do. Now, you can get sensitive teeth. You can have issues if you use a lot of, I don't use a lot of baking soda. I don't use a lot. So, I guess it can irritate, but I've never had a problem. And the coconut oil is really tremendous. And I use like a bamboo toothbrush, and I try to use, flossers that don't have, chemicals or phthalates or that kind of shit. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff too. Rihanna, I feel better after getting that D. So does everyone. So does everyone. Everyone feels better. Bridget, if you need to silence a woman, you need to work on yourself first. A good man does not need to silence anyone. That depends. That depends. You can't put the onus on men too. Everyone has to get their shit together. Let's put it that way. Everyone needs to work on themselves. Everyone. Sometimes people in general need to be fucking silenced. I don't care what you have between your legs. Sometimes people just need to shut the fuck up. I don't care what gender you are. You just got to shut the fuck up. Sometimes people just need to shut the fuck up.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Let's take a question from Instagram. Duvet Girl, can you help me with the right protein to take, please? Get yourself a steak, some ground beef. You mean like a powder? You don't need those things. That's not required. But I would go for a grass-fed whey isolate. It might be more expensive than your other stuff, but that's the right protein. Stay away from the pea and the plant and the vegan shit proteins. Abhi 0705, Papa Swolio, how to get better arm strength so I can do push-ups. By doing push-ups. Yeah. You need to do planks. You need to do high planks. Start from a top position. That's an isometric hold. And then do slow negatives and putting pillows under your chest, like at the point where maybe like your arms would give out, and just practice that. Practice isometrics at the top and like slow 5 to 10 second descents, and then lower the pillows till you're doing a full negative, dropping your knees at the bottom, pushing up, raising your knees up at the top, and then lowering and doing that top lowering portion of a push-up. And then eventually, once you get stronger in that aspect, you'll be able to do a full push-up over time. Because you're hitting the same muscles, you're just working the strongest range of motion, the eccentric. Well, there we go. I'll take it.
I give it a 10. A 10.
Come on, that was fire.
10.
That was good. Let's go. It's the fucking Daily Swole. It's getting nuts in here. Oh. Love you, Beaches. The second gen master. So if I don't like what someone is saying, I just stick the D in their mouth. Absolutely. Now, this is just a recommendation. This is just a guideline. So I am not responsible for any legal ramifications you might endure after doing such, but it's definitely an option. And one thing that we like to do here on the Daily Swole is maintain optionality. So as long as you maintain that option, I think you're in good shape. Just understand, like when you make a decision, if you say, okay, I'm just going to go along with what this person just to calm the situation, just think in your head, like you always have that you always have that card in your back pocket. You can always just stick the D in their mouth. That's always an option. Just keep that in mind. It's always an option. It might be the last option. It might be the last best option, but it's definitely an option. And I think it's important to have that. And it might give you a sense of quiet satisfaction to know that, hey, I'm just going to nod and smile. I'm just going to smile and wave, but I could whip out the dick and shove it in their mouth.
Just smile and wave, boys.
I could do that, but I
Smile
won't.
and wave.
And that's power. That's power. And that will really, it's going to make you feel real good inside. Like, well, I am doing this person a favor. I am not sticking my dick in their mouth. they should be grateful. They should get on their knees. Get it? They should get on their knees, and then of course they're gonna fucking get it. For sure. They're probably gonna get it. They should get on their knees and thank you. And then when they get on their knees and thank you for not sticking your dick in their mouth, then you stick your dick in your mouth, and then you blow their fucking mind, and then it's yeah.
Wow.
Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move. Okay, Nancy, fam, just let me know when you need legal representation after you choose that option. Will do. You see, we got the Swole legal team. We got the Swole legal team on it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Rihanna, Papa Swole, I saw a thing about using diluted vinegar as a natural deodorant since it's an antibacterial. Thoughts? It might work, but then, I mean, are you going to smell like vinegar? Or is the acetic acid, is that going to neutralize your odor? It might actually work. And people don't realize this. It's not that you're necessarily going to reek like vinegar, like, oh my God, it's going to smell. A lot of times it neutralizes the scent. So it depends on the reaction. And ladies, even though you shouldn't be using a lot of these perfumes and fragrances because of the phthalates and the endocrine disruptor, but you know, in general, let's say you were to use a perfume, a lot of you know that you'll smell, ooh, this fragrance, but then you put it on your skin and it smells like shit. So those types of fragrances, like the commercial bullshit, they smell different when they're on your skin. So just because it smells, ooh, it smells good, you put on your body, mixing with your natural oils and stuff like that for your body and your chemistry, it can smell awful. So just because it might smell a certain way in its form, let's say the vinegar for whatever, diluted vinegar, but then after application, because of the interaction, it doesn't necessarily smell the same way. Okay, let's get into another question. Let's take another Swole call. This one from Yasin. Yasin, you're on the Daily Swole.
Papa Swolio, I want to ask one question. What is the fastest way to, reduce your fat? Not like zero fat, but fat, like just reduce it like a half. What is the fastest way when you're in another broke country?
Well, thank you for the question. The fast way to release fat, not zero fat. Not zero fat. Of course, like you're not going to be zero fat unless you're dead. I would recommend that you do an elimination diet. Stop thinking about fast because you need to change your habits. You need to change your nutrition. I don't know what your individual lifestyle habits are, but it's very important that you focus on food quality, that you get rid of all these endocrine disruptors as much as possible around you. Remove plastic from your life. Be very careful of household cleaners and body products like shampoos and moisturizers and hand soaps and all these things at low levels will cause these chemicals will bind to endocrine disruptors in the body, endocrine receptors in the body, which will inhibit your body from sending proper messages from organ to organ, which can affect everything from your reproductive system to your metabolism, your thyroid, for example. So make sure that you are checking out our content on the elimination diet, on customizing your nutrition, and at least cutting out inflammatory foods, drinking more water, getting quality sleep every night, and just get rid of the word fat from your dictionary, or fast. Don't worry about fast. Worry about doing it right, and it'll come, and it'll happen. All right, hashtag Swoleflation for a chance to win today's Swole card. Fuck yeah! All right. Okie dokie. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Question from Yasin. If you do have questions live, you can drop in the comments. Frank, do you think the slingshot support band would be good for someone who works out alone often? I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about that thing that goes around your arms? I've never used it. I wouldn't use it. I don't know why you would use it. Just wondering. I mean, if you're working out alone, you should use safety supports. That's not going to stop you from dropping a bar on your face. So if you're working out alone, you need a spotter. Of course, working out alone and a spotter doesn't make sense, right? So if you're working out, you need a spotter, or you have safety bars or straps. So that's the only way to really protect yourself. You can use, the thing that goes across your arms. You could use that, and then you could drop it on your face. So it's not going to stop you from hurting yourself. Just like a belt's not going to stop you from hurting yourself. It's a guide. It can help you want to use it more like a guide. Tom Platz famously said, the weightlifting belt, when you're squatting properly to focus on your quads, you want to be more upright. None of this super forward leaning shit that stresses your lower back and puts a lot more on your glutes. So if you really want to train your legs, you need a lot of dexterity and dorsiflexion, your ankle joint. And he uses the belt just more like a guide, more like a piston to make sure your torso is staying up and down. People that are using belts to protect themselves, they usually go too heavy and hurt themselves anyway. So it can help you with, of course, your Valsalva maneuver. It can help you with interthoracic pressure and things like that. But it's not something that, it doesn't make up for bad form. So that's not going to help you with a spotter. You need to get a spotter or some safety bars. And it's fine just to bench by yourself if you have safety bars. If you're going all the way down and let's say you have to bail, it might briefly kind of touch your chest, but you can roll it off and you have the safety supports and then you can squeak your way out of it, take the place off and reload the bar. So in other words, it doesn't replace having an actual safety arms or an actual personal spotter. All right. Let's see here. Let's do another chain. Papa Swolio, do you think you will get to my question at the DMs? Just asking. Not personally. I don't go into my DMs. So the Swole team will be in there. I'm not sure what you're referring to. So no, I won't. I'm not sure what you are referring to in general, but you'll get a response. You'll probably get a response depending on what you're referring to. I don't personally I try not to go into the comments or the DMs too much. We just get too many, so we have to go through them. And things like on TikTok, I don't get into any messages on TikTok. I just get fucking billions. Not literally, but enough to be like, all right, fuck this. Can't. All right, let's see. And it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's because that's why we're here. We're here so I can talk to you live. So if you got a question, you could drop in the comments. Second gen, Papa Swole, what's the best brand for beef tallow? Just make sure it's 100% grass-fed, or you can do grass-fed and grass-finished. So you can get it on Amazon. You can get it from online food companies. I think ButcherBox does it. ButcherBox or White Oak Pastures or U.S. Wellness Meats or... There's many. There are many, 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 many. Circle C Farms might do it. There are a lot of grass-fed beef vendors. If you are all looking to get grass-fed beef, do a search. Go on Google and type in order grass-fed or order 100% grass-fed beef online. And because it's so much more popular and people understand the importance and the health qualities and the benefits of eating quality, nutrient-dense food that isn't poisoned with corn and soy and pesticides and antibiotics, these farms, they're getting much more mainstream. So there are a lot of you have the big ones that do a lot of advertising like ButcherBox, but there's also better prices on other sites. So you can find one local. There's ones in the Northwest. There's ones in the Southeast. There's usually farms in most areas that ship nationwide. So you have to find the pricing or the availability that's best for you. Tallow's amazing. Yeah, don't send any butthole pics. Do not send butthole pics. Which is great because I'm not going to see them. But I feel bad for the girls that are in the the girls in the Swole team that are seeing buttholes. Yeah, I get messages sometimes like, oh my God. Seeing nudity and people sending dicks or shit like that. I remember when I used to go into the DMs and I got open asshole. I did a DWG a while ago. We watched that on Overtime on a few Fridays ago. It was that open ass. Don't send me your open asshole. Don't send me whatever. I forget the song, but it was a DWG and it's because this is 2017 or something like that. I opened it up and someone just sent me a series of open ass pictures and it was fucking horrifying. It was horrifying. Like, who the fuck? Why do you think I want to see that? Like, oh, you make fitness videos. Here's my asshole. You like it? No, I don't. No, I don't want to see your asshole. But thank you for the thought. I mean, thank you for the thought. Really appreciate it. It's very thoughtful. Hey, maybe he wants to see the inside of my colon. Maybe. This guy that makes videos on Instagram or pictures. Why not? Why not? He has some good thoughts. He has some good advice. He helped me with my nutrition. Maybe he wants to see inside where the nutrition comes out. Maybe. All right, Captain Rob, you're live on the greatest mancast in the realm.
I hear you talk about this high quality food that you're consuming.
Goddamn right.
Where are you getting this high quality food, Papa Swolio?
We just talked about it.
Where? Where does it come from? Where do you get it?
Still going.
The only place to get high quality food is from a high quality farmer. I've been yelling at this you for a long time now. I've heard nothing. Nothing. Where do you get it?
Still going. You know what's funny is we literally just said it. Of course, these questions are live playing, but not live. Wait, Tainty Man, hold on a second. You okay, buddy? Oh, he's having a dream. Aww. Hold on a second. He's whimpering. Hold on a second. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Chill out, son. Good boy. Get a little back taint there. Oh, there we go. All right.
You switch the samples.
Okay, so he was saying, like, where do you get this high quality food? Literally just talked about it. I don't care, because the thing is, people call and people ask, and they're from all around the world. So it doesn't, like, you can get locally. In Florida, there's a great place called Circle C Farms. You can also go to Butcher Box or White Oak Pastures or US Wellness Meats. These are all places that they've been around for a long time and they're reputable. But there are a lot of other brands. I know some people have mentioned one. I think Pedro, you mentioned one. I've seen online. It's from the Pacific Northwest, but they usually ship nationwide. So it depends on the shipping or the pricing or what they have available or what resonates with you. I always recommend making sure that if you find one of these places online, or you could do a search, you could find local stuff. There's that website, Real Milk, I think it is .com, where you could find raw milk in your area. And if you have raw milk in your area, maybe it's a farm that sells raw milk, and then they have other products as well. So I would recommend, it depends on how much you want to go into it. You can order local. There might be a grass-fed farm that ships online and stuff, but then, oh shit, that's in my area. So you can also search, when you do a Google search, don't type in just like grass-fed beef. You could type in grass-fed beef, or order 100% grass-fed beef Northwest or New England or New York or Ohio. Like, type in your state, because the algorithm and the search functions will bring up stuff in that area. I love it. It's like, I appreciate the questions. Where do you get this high quality food? You open it. You have a fucking phone. You have a phone. You're practically a cyborg. You have access to just this entire, like, massive hypersonic brain, combining all knowledge from around the world. You just type it in and it'll tell you. It'll tell you. That's why I keep saying grass-fed beef. Type in grass-fed beef. That way you can actually get some of this stuff no matter where you are. If you're in Europe, it's different. I could tell you all those places here, and then you go and you're in Europe and you're like, well, they won't ship internationally. Yeah, that would be fucking weird. It would taste like shit. You'd have like beef that would just be old by the time I got there. So search. But those are some examples from the United States, and that's only a fraction of them. There's a lot of them. I mean, I'll bring it up. Let me see. Let's do buy 100% grass-fed beef online. Enter. And this is on DuckDuckGo. I'm just going to read the results. Texas grass-fed beef, Wild Fork Foods, 7 Sons. Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed, Grassland Beef, Lau Family Farm, Beam Family Farm, Summerfield Farms, American Farmers Network, Fowl Family Farm. Let's see, The Seasoned Cart with an E, Wazid Farms. It's just, okay. I'm going to go on the next page. Okay. We still have those ads. Those are all sponsored. Did I do the next one? Did I hit that? Chomps, Pharmacin, Grass Run Farms, patspastured.com. More results. Do we need more? Do we need more? Let's go more. Pure Pasture Farm, springcreek.farm, American Farmers Network. I'm just reading shit. I'm not even looking at the Sun Prairie Beef, Wisconsin Meadows, organic organic meat. Oh, that's a terrible name. I guess it's from Oregon. Organic beef. Oh, that's a terrible name for a for a website. Organic. Muscat Food Market. AZ grass raised beef. So Arizona. Is that enough? And that's on DuckDuckGo. So if you go on actually Google, is that enough? Get it? Okay. Rufus Cam, please. All right, Rufus Cam, please. There we go. There we go. Ayo. Now, I didn't list all those. Not affiliated. No affiliation. No promote. I mean, I gave everyone a shout out, but it's not like... So, I don't know what all those are, but every single one had like the name, and it said, the name of their farm, and then, the thing, the metadata or the title of their website next to the name, like on the bar when you click on the website, it would say AZ Farm, 100% grass-fed cattle, blah. So I don't know what they sell, but you can tell, like, just type it in. Grass-fed beef. Go get some 100% grass-fed beef. Type in 100% grass-fed beef liver. You want beef tallow? Type in buy beef tallow online, and you're going to fucking get a ton. So I already tell you what to eat. I've been saying this for years. We're talking about this on the podcast. I say it in my videos on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram. I say it. Where do you get it? Do a search. Put in a little effort. Put in a little fucking work. It's like, fuck, just for fuck's sake. Okay. Let's see. William Abiles on the Instagram. Are you really supposed to take a day to rest if you're getting lots of sleep? Well, I mean, a rest day? I always say, where's this rest muscle and how do you train it? I think you should be doing active recovery. So a rest day doesn't mean doing nothing. You mean active recovery. So I don't think you should be sitting around doing nothing. You should be doing something physically to restore your body for an upcoming workout. So you should be getting lots of sleep. You should be getting enough sleep and quality sleep. It's not just the length of time. It's the depth and the quality of your sleep. So yes, you should be taking some active recovery days. You shouldn't be lifting heavy every day. You should be going to the gym every fucking day. Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. And everyone's like saying, well, I'm not going to the gym. I train at home. It's called the home gym. Yes, you could train at home. I don't care where it is. The gym is just a concept. It's not a building with fluorescent lights. The gym is wherever you train. Like I say, some of you, it's in your living room. Some of you, it's in your garage. For me, it's in my gym inside and outside. So when I'm outside lifting weights, guess where I fucking train? Guess where I train? Guess where I fucking trained?
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
Train. I don't care where it is. Do you think squats out, my squat rack outside, do you think squatting there is different than in the gym? Yeah, it is. It's better. It's better. I'm outside getting sun on my nips, breathing fresh fucking air, not listening to garbage music inside a gym with fluorescent lights around jabronis that are, how many sets you got left? Fuck out of here. Rascal50 on Twitch. Why no viewers? Because Twitch. Who's watching this podcast on Twitch? We got one viewer on Twitch, apparently. Thank you for it, Rascal. Appreciate it. I appreciate the comment once in a while. And it's like, it's a reminder to me like, oh shit, that's right. This is on Twitch. I haven't logged into Twitch in probably a couple years. Surprised that it still streams there. I always forget, but yeah. I always forget it streams on Twitch too. You done with that bench, bro? Billy, how can you tell if bacon comes from a quality pig? You know what's funny? I always talked about bacon. I haven't had bacon in months. We just haven't had a desire to eat bacon. The fat from the beef tallow and from the steaks and from everything else we do and from the raw milk is so much more satisfying. I just haven't even taken bacon out, haven't bought any. It's hard to get quality bacon because pigs eat fucking everything. They'll eat corn, soy, grains. They eat lots of shit. So you want to get like heritage pork. You want to get pastured pork if you can. I would just keep it a little bit more minimal. I don't say there's anything wrong with it, but it's very hard to get quality pork, and it's nowhere near as quality as beef. Not even close. Ana Luisa, live on the Mancast. Papa Swolio, my brother-in-law is 16 and wants to start weight training because they're doing that for PE class in school. Good man. What weight dumbbells should he start with? He wants to start with 20 pounds. That's so relative. I couldn't tell you. He wants to start with, like, for what exercise? That's so arbitrary. I have no idea what he should or should not be doing. I don't know what his form is like, what his coordination is like. So I couldn't even tell you. I guess you mean like you want to get him a pair of dumbbells. Like, it might be great for one exercise and too heavy for others. That's why when you go to a gym, there's, weights on the rack that go from 5 to 125. It's because it depends on what you're doing. So it really depends. The most important thing is when you're 16, you need to learn proper form and not really worry about tons of volume and pushing yourself to failure. You want to be careful not to overdo it when you're younger. I started training around when I was 16 or 17. The first time I ever lifted was when I was 13. I did it in like a friend's basement, and I didn't know what I was doing, but his brother worked out and he worked out with him. And I remember I was sore for like 3 weeks. I could barely move my arms. So it was way too much. Like, you can really fuck yourself up when you're too young. Because remember, think about never being exposed to it ever and doing it for the first time too much. This is why when I talk about don't overdo it, because I know I fucking did it. I've been there. I know what it's like. I know what that kind of like first movement, first time stress. So literally pushing to failure with multiple sets. Like, oh, okay, I'm just doing my friend. My arms were like locked like this. I couldn't like extend my arms for like 2 weeks. Adjustable dumbbells would be a good idea if you're not going to buy multiple dumbbells. So Power Blocks, there's Iron Grip Masters, there's Bowflex, there's a lot of different brands now that do adjustable dumbbells. It's gotten even more popular since the lockdowns went, and everything was sold out and people were trying to build out home gyms. And of course, the lockdowns lift, and then everyone, which we should have never had to begin with, and all this, get on that rabbit hole. But then people lax on it. So you can find these things on Facebook Marketplace. It's like anything else. What's funny right now is in Florida, because people are freaking out about the hurricane, which will probably be, where I'm located, it'll probably be a nothing burger. Like, we have a generator. We got all that stuff going. But everyone's drinking corn syrup and shit. Ready? Everyone drinks corn syrup and garbage all the fucking time. People are drinking Mocha Choca Fuccacinos. They're drinking soda. And then all of a sudden there's a hurricane coming and people are like killing each other to get a case of water. All of a sudden now when there's a hurricane, you're going to actually drink water. These are people that drink Monsters, like fucking Idiocracy. So Floridians are so fucking fat. Most Americans are so fucking fat and unhealthy. And all of a sudden there's a storm coming. We need water. I'm not going to live. You haven't drank water in a year. All of a sudden now you need water. And toilet paper, because all you do in a hurricane is just shit nonstop. We need all the toilet paper we can get. Why? You're not flushing the toilet probably. If you don't have power in some places, you're not going to be able to. So what are you doing with your asshole? What do you need with your ass? Like all of a sudden, like, oh, there's a hurricane. I'm just going to shit nonstop. I'm just going to be shitting every fucking moment. Okay. So anyway, where was I going with that? I forget the point of going off that. Oh, we're talking about the weights. So things get scarce. People want things that are unavailable. So all of a sudden, a lot of weights and things are kind of out of, they're out of stock, so people want them more, right? People want to get into a club or a movie or a restaurant or a show that's sold out. People want what's scarce. So if you have weights and things are scarce, everyone's like, oh my God, I need that now. So in other words, stock up on shit when it's fine. Stock up on shit when anytime that there's euphoria or there's just this hyper, same thing with any kind of stocks or investing, when everyone's buying like crazy and it's like fucking spiking, that's not the time to buy. When everything's like fucking cratering and everyone's running, that's the time to bide your time and then fucking scoop up, right? Same thing with Bitcoin. Everyone's freaking out like, oh my God, it's dead. It's not dead. Fucking goddamn noobs. It's not dead. It's not gone. It's not everywhere. Nothing's changed. You're just losing opportunity. So everyone always runs one direction. You know, when no one's stocking up on water, we have cases of water that I bought like a year ago when no one gave a fucking shit. And then now when everyone's freaking out, it's like, just get to chill. Okay. And if you live in Florida, by the way, if you live in Florida and you should be perpetually ready for a hurricane. Just have this shit. And then when people freak out, you already have it. Like, why do you want to be at a Costco 2 days before a hurricane? That's the definition of hell for me. All right. Good rant. Good rant. Let's do another call. Let's do maybe one more. All right, Sean. Sean, you're on the Daily Swole.
Hey, Papa Swolio.
What's up, Ish?
Most people wouldn't do this because they either get spammed by a bunch of like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But I don't do this. Maybe I just did that, but... Well, my question is...
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Are you swole? Just a question. Doesn't look like it.
Ooh, I am swole. If you look up swole in the dictionary, you'll see my fucking face. You'll see my fucking face.
If you can't be at least mildly interesting,
right.
then shut the hell up.
Well, that question was absolutely retarded. Let's take another one. Let's go to Vlad. Let's just take another one. Damn. Shots fired. Pew pew. Shots fired.
Is it okay to use creatine if you just started like a month going to the gym? Is creatine good, or I should just keep working out more? Thanks.
Good question. Common question. Creatine is not going to make or break your training if your nutrition, everything else is on point. It's more important to build that habit, nutrition, sleep, all the 7 pillars. If you look at the 7 pillars, notice that creatine is not on there, but it's also found in red meat. It's just more concentrated. Is it dangerous for you? No. Can you safely take it long term? Yes. Is it a steroid? No. You can take 3 to 5 grams, no problem. If you're starting off, is it going to hurt you? No. Is it going to help you? Maybe. But the benefits and the gains that you're going to see is based on your form and you're building that habit in the gym. So is it like a waste of your money? I don't think so. But hey, I'm not getting results. Let me take creatine. All of a sudden I'm getting crazy results. Usually doesn't happen like that, but you might see marginal benefits, and everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to be different with how much a creatine supplement will benefit them. Some people might see like, wow, I really feel a lot better when I'm training. Other people might be like, meh, so it depends on the individual. Son of a bitch. All right, someone, you know what? It did get under my skin. Now I'm pissed off. You say I'm not fucking swole, bro? You say I'm not fucking swole? I am fucking swole. I am swole. Oh, he's mean to me in the podcast. Fuck you, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. All right, we're good. Let's get into fam. It's time for a swole card. Swole card. Swole card. Okay, now, reminder tomorrow, Beaches. Beaches, we have our accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. You can join the fam today, swolenormousx.com, and get access to all private live streams. Okay, let me just tell you right now, why the fuck, if you're listening to this, you know what, let's do this on the live chat. How long have you been listening to the Daily Swole podcast? Forget how long you've been a member. How long have you been listening to the Daily Swole podcast? Most of the people watching live, many, if not all of you, are members also, because the Daily Swole is as much something to fire you up and slap you across the tits as much as it is a member podcast. But of course, we do it publicly more often than not. How long have you been listening to the Daily Swole podcast? If you've been listening for a few weeks, at least a few weeks, you owe it to yourself to join the Swole fam. Now, you can get started with our standard or premium memberships and get your foot in the door to all the private live streams. That's available with all memberships. You can start for less than $10. If you've been listening for a while, this is the fam that you're plugging in. Even if you're just banging your ear holes and not catching the live stream, you are a part of the fam. Now, of course, you can check out the live stream links, but if you become a member, you also get those Swole texts. You get a notification no matter where you are in the world via Discord, Telegram, or SMS text in US and Canada. You get alerted before the podcast so you never miss a single live stream. But this past week, we had 3 private live streams. So every Monday, we're private at 12 noon for our live call accountability meeting. Then last week, we had our Swole fam roundtable on Thursday, which was awesome, went for about 2 hours. And then every Friday, we have our overtime segment. So you're missing out on a lot of content, not to mention the alerts, because we know that YouTube won't let you know. Facebook has been down and that connection still hasn't worked. That's why we haven't been streaming there. It's just like they broke the connection and they won't let me stream yet for some reason, because I'm not authorized to, even though it's been my page for like 7 fucking years. So I don't know what's going on there, but you can watch inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat no matter where or when you are. Don't even have to go on these other platforms. So there's a lot over there. There's a lot over there on Swolenormous X, and you have a lot of options for memberships. And if you want to go unlimited, use code GTTFG at checkout for $20 off unlimited memberships. But now's the time. If you've been listening for a few months, a few years, join. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You just get a lot more of this. The knowledge cock is thicker. It's more veiny. And trust me, the loads are more epic than you ever imagined. Let's see. I love these responses. Let's see. 3 years. Frank, 6 months. We got Base Bunny a couple years now. Anna Louise at 3 to 4 years. It's humbling because I'm thinking like, oh my God, we've been here for that long. Katarina, 2 years. Loretta, 2 years and 6 months. Second gen, been listening for like 2 years. Pedro starting year 4. Dawn, 4 years. Lacey, 6 or 7 months. Yeah, about a month. Welcome to everyone that's relatively new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also, for example, all the private live streams, even if you can't catch it live, I know I say 12 noon, but don't get down. You can catch it later. So even if you unable to be there, I know sometimes you have an obligation like work or something like that. You can't be there at 12 noon in the middle of a Monday. You can just catch it later. And the Monday accountability means it's a private member Q&A. So if you didn't get your question answered today, you can ask tomorrow. Remember, go to askpapaswolio.com and also submit a question, which we'll get into more on Tuesday for the live calls. But we also set the tone for the entire week. We get new releases. We go over awesome Swole fan posts, and yeah, it's a great time. So make sure that you are plugging in, and we go a lot deeper with individual members. And of course, things like the roundtables are fire with those group calls. It's just a great time. Great time. Swole fam's the tits. In other words, if you've been listening to this for a little bit, you are a part of the Swole fam, the greater Swole fam. It's just you taking that first step and going deeper. And trust me, once you do, you're like, why? Most people that join, they're like, why did I not join this before? And a lot of people think it's a program. When you join Swolenormous X, especially when you go unlimited, you're like, oh my God, there's so much fucking shit. There's so much stuff. And we're always adding new stuff and teaching you the tools and the skills in order to use it more effectively as we continue to develop and build out the platform. So 3 cheers to the Swole fam. Round of applause to all of you beaches. And just more of a shameless plug for the greatest fam in the realm. In other words, you've been listening for a while. You are a member. You are a member. You just haven't actually officially joined yet. So plug in. Plug the fuck in. Hey, right on, John. I appreciate that. And a lot of people that are members have actually been members for a long time, or you've been lifting for a long time. It's not just for beginners. And in fact, a lot of people here are not beginners, quite the opposite. I'm here and I've been in the fitness quote industry and learning, and I'm still learning, and I still learn from all of you every day. And even I'm the fucking host of this shit. You know, I'm the patriarch of the Swole fam, and still I'm learning every day, and I'm learning from all of you. So you never stop learning. And the best thing to do is to learn from each other. John, 5 years into advanced lifters. I've been training since 2006, and I've learned so much here. Swolenormous and the fam are priceless. Rock on, bro. And we love having you. I appreciate that feedback, bro. Yeah. And the yoga classes, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked to get to the point where we have literally we're not there yet. I think we got to add like maybe 80 more classes. We'll get there. So I think in the next year or so, because we release at least one yoga class a week. Sometimes we release 2 or 3. So I think in the next year, based on those releases and that pace, I think we'll have one yoga class for every day of the year, and you'll never repeat the same class twice. And that's insane. That's insane. So I think we're at like 260 or 270. I lose track, of course. So I usually say over 250 yoga classes. Sometimes I say over 260 because I just wait a little while longer. And I'm like, well, there's probably like 255 or 260 because we just release to do literally a different yoga class every day of the year and never repeat it. There's just so much in there. And we're not stopping. We're going to have 365 and then we're going to have 500. We just keep on releasing new content. So yeah, in order to join to get unlimited access, it's a gimme. It's priceless. The yoga alone, like to join the Swole fam, the yoga alone it's a steal. There's just so much in there. And the level and the quality of the instruction is next level. So anyway, SwoleNormousX.com, join the fam today. Just a shameless plug as always for the greatest fam in the realm. Let's give away today's Swole card. We got a little Falcon action. All right, who's Swole-flated today? You guys are the shit. Yep, we got a winner. Swoleflation, Frank Mavica. Congratulations!
Congratulations!
All right. Wait, did I hit that? Oh, I removed the wrong one. Congratulations, Frank. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 23 in the subject of the email. And we'll send you today's Swole card. Put your address in the body of the email. Thank you so much for playing, everyone. Drop your soundboard requests in the comments down below. Let's close this nut. Congratulations, Francois, on winning today's Swole card.
I am the danger.
Hey, third Swole card. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Wow. That's the benefit of showing up every day and dropping some slutty swole tags. I'll get it one of these. Oh, that's a huge bitch.
That's a huge bitch.
I'm so glad to hear it, James. Swolga has honestly changed my life. I'm so glad to hear it. That's right, the yoga classes, plus the Swolga classes. We got so much in there. Thank you for putting in the work, James. Appreciate it.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
He's heating up.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Fam. Oh, Tobias with a diversity. I got you.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden
Cerny
ship
with a gum.
that was used during the Civil War era.
My name's Forrest Gump.
That's a tainty man.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
That might be the best soundboard of all time because it's just the stupidest. Lizzo, healthier than I'll ever be. Gotta say that for somebody who's morbidly obese.
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
One-handed.
Emotional damage.
We got it now.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
Matt Damon.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
No hands. All right, fam. Thank you so much. We nailed it. We got it. Looks like we're losing a little bandwidth here. Perfect timing. You know that YouTube started blocking the cast, of course, when the Knowledge Cock came out. Boo. Boo to the communists. Boo. The boo to. Boo. Boo. Yes. All right, fam. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Man, I hope you enjoyed the Sunday Funday Q and anus. Oh, God. That chain kind of got my leg there. Of course, this will be up shortly. Remember, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time. Join the fam today. SwoleNormusX.com. We will see all of you beaches there. Skunk games. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Fact.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? We'll see you tomorrow for the accountability meeting. We'll be back here on Tuesday for the greatest mancast in the realm. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't laugh and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits.